Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I thought, I should go do something with my hair, but Alicia loves it so much when I do my hair live on Facebook. She's putting me a note right now, quit playing with your hair. Is that what it says? Hi Ken, where's your beautiful wife? Hopefully she's there too. Hi Jesse, you'll need to ask some questions. Here I am in the dunking booth. So go ahead, throw one at me. Who's sending me all those wonderful little marks? Pam, you got a question? You got a question, Miss Janet? You want to come talk live on Facebook? Why? Okay, y'all need to ask me a question. Here I am, ready. Okay, Ken says, hey, she's resting. Oh, hey, Alicia, thank goodness you're here. I panic when you're not with me. Of course, when things go bad in Dallas, I start yelling, Jane! Jane's not even doing that anymore. Chuck, glad you joined us. Okay, so, diabetes, is that what you said, Alicia? Alicia wrote me some notes, okay? Diabetes is completely reversible, okay? Did you tell that person that? Completely reversible. I really like a product. I really like a product. Alicia, I don't know my way around the shelf anywhere. Where's our blood sugar defense?
Next, right below blood pressure.
Oh, here it is. Okay, they changed the bottle, so I didn't recognize it.
We have the other one too.
Oh,
We got them back there.
okay. Well, then I like the I like the one by Cal, okay? We've had so many people be able to, hey, Ann Charlotte, we've had so many people be able to completely reverse their diabetes. Hey, Danny, glad you joined us because of taking that product. So I've got another one we've been using, but the one I like best is by Cal. Hey, Mark, we have just had great results with that product. And everybody wants to know exactly how to take it. Janet, you're just entertaining me. People always expect me to tell them exactly how to take it, and the truth of the matter is everybody's different. I've seen people that got away with taking one with each meal. Hey, Frank. And guys, by the way, we really appreciate you sharing this video. Hey, Pete. Gosh, Pete, I always smile when I see your name. So that's good, that somebody's name makes me smile. Blood sugar defense, the mere fact that it works so well ought to tell you volumes. We've got to stop the sugar, guys. We've just got to stop the sugar. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody does. Nobody does. And I hate being the one that has to say it all the time, but we have to stop. We have to stop. Dr. Mercola says that bone health, I got the mag frizz. I hope it was Fizzy Mag. I hope it was Fizzy Mag and it had a sweet basil label on it. I hope that's the one you got, Jessie. Jess E. I hope that's the one that you got because that's the right one. Hey Ken, I would like to know if you can get leg cramps from taking magnesium during your sleep. You mean if you can get leg cramps while you sleep from taking magnesium? No. Jesse, you're entertaining me. So yeah, I'm glad you're, I'll go back. Ask me again if I don't finish. I've got to think about what Ken's saying. Leg cramps is caused from a lack of magnesium and potassium. So that's just the bottom line. So usually if somebody's having just that one symptom, Ken, which I don't know anybody in your family having that one symptom, but if they're having just that one symptom, then I'll usually say the Blue Bonnet magnesium, potassium, bromelain, and I'll say take 3 twice a day. But when it's somebody that's taking a lot of stuff, then it's not usually the magnesium issue. So I'm trying to figure out why somebody would be having leg cramps if they were taking enough magnesium. So that would make me go back to wondering if you're taking enough. I don't mean you, I mean somebody in your family. But if somebody's having leg cramps, I think that's God's way of telling us there's an issue of low magnesium and potassium. But you should be able to correct that, and if you ever have a leg cramp, that alarms me. So if anybody's having leg cramps, y'all need to make an appointment with me and let's talk this out, okay? Hey, Danny Mac. Okay. Hey, Danny Mac. I don't know who Danny Mac is, but I'm glad that Danny Mac's on. Okay, Jesse, you were saying, what did you ask me about the magnesium and the K? Bones. Okay. Is this a male or a female having, did you say bone health? Because I would like to know a little bit more about this. What kind of, you're not saying osteoporosis, you're saying just for the bones, right? Because I think it's important, especially if we're talking women, I think we're supposed to be taking calcium, magnesium, but a reverse ratio, more magnesium to calcium. And there was one by Cal I really liked, and they kept being hard to keep in stock, and so we've now got a private label one somewhere. Oh, there it is. We have a sweet basil, a sweet basil, magnesium, calcium. So it's higher in the magnesium than it is the calcium, and I like that. Okay, the cramp was mostly in the foot. Doesn't matter where the cramp is. If there's enough magnesium, you shouldn't have a cramp. Okay, 70 molecules of magnesium is needed to mobilize 1 molecule of sugar. Ooh, interesting statistic. Interesting statistic. I don't even want to hear that. The reason I don't want to hear that was with me taking Fizzy Mag every night. I know you do, and it stopped your heart palpitations. That's what somebody's saying in front of me. Shane. Hey, Shane. Yay, Shane and Sandy are here. Shane, it can't be you. It must be Sandy. Yay. Sandy, I saw your precious husband. So precious, so precious. I wish I could just take you guys home with me. Shane's probably saying, she didn't even say when she wants to see me again. That was intentional. I want to see how he does, okay? Osteoporosis because of wheelchair bound. Oh, okay, darling. All right. Osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is not just a calcium magnesium issue. Osteoporosis, I have a particular product. I keep showing y'all the back of me. Actually, in Dallas, Alicia informs me, and you Dallas friends need to make sure I don't do that again. I went over there and leaned way over in my short dress. Okay, osteoporosis. I reversed my mother's osteoporosis, completely reversed it to the bones of a 17-year-old. Oh, that's so sweet. You'll come home with me anytime. I'm ready for you to come home with me, both of you. I'm just crazy about both of you. You're definitely my brother and sister. Don't forget to pray for me, okay? Especially after, Sandy, I don't even think you heard what Shane got to hear about what someone said to me. Somebody really hurt my feelings. Anyway, osteoporosis. I reversed mother's bones to those of a 17-year-old. We had trouble getting that product in, and we have now replaced it with something that, like, Jessie, I think you're going to be most, is it Jess or is it Jessie? I think it's Jessie. But I think you're going to be most impressed. Alicia, I can't find anything on the shelf, honey. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, my goodness, we only have one bottle. Not cool. The magic number is, the magic name is ipraflavinone, not isoflavinone, but ipraflavinone. Ipraflavinone is an isolate. That was the first time I learned what an isolate was. An isolate of soy. Now, it's not soy, and people that are allergic to soy can still take it, but it's an isolate of soy that actually rebuilds bone faster than anything known, including all prescriptions, okay? So I have a particular product I'd like for you to try, honey. That's a little bit different, but I think Alicia, doesn't this have the K in it too? I'm going to let Alicia look real quick. I'll come back to you, Jessie. Hold on. Okay. It doesn't. I'm sorry. We kept looking for one that had the ipraflav. Look how flat my hair is on top. I'm sorry, Alicia. It's like the light goes straight through my hair. They're making faces at me, okay? I'll try to behave. All right, so Ken, I'd like to address that foot cramp. Just one little foot cramp. If you're talking about you, then yes, that's all, Fizzy Mag. If you're talking about you, it's Fizzy Mag. If Fizzy Mag didn't, just take her Fizzy Mag, okay? Fizzy Mag's really important. It works on the heart, works on heart palpitations, works on all muscles. It definitely could stop muscle cramps, okay? If Fizzy Mag doesn't work, Ken, I mean it, if Fizzy Mag doesn't work in like 24 hours, if one night of doing Fizzy Mag, then I'm going to say, please come in and get the Blue Bonnet, magnesium, potassium bromelain. Because I truly believe that cramps, whether it's a foot cramp or a leg cramp or whatever, I truly believe that that's God's way of telling us there's a problem. And Ken, I don't have to spend any time talking to you about it. You understand to have low in magnesium, that doesn't end well, okay? So one little foot cramp, one little leg cramp, one little anything is a warning sign. Let's try the Fizzy Mag at bedtime. But after that, if that didn't work, let's go straight to, hey, Betty, I haven't seen you in a coon's age. Where you been? I know you've been crazy busy. You're the busiest lady I know. I don't even want to talk about age, but golly gee, you shame us all. I really feel that men should start with the Fizzy Mag just like women. And if that didn't do the trick, let's quickly get you on that magnesium, potassium bromelain, okay? All right. Miss Betty, you got a question? Maybe you could teach us a thing or two. How many hours are you working? I'm sorry. You're just a trip. Do you know Betty Sawyer? Golly, gee, she's a trip. Okay. You really are, Miss Betty. You are such a blessing. Okay, somebody else asked a question about appetite. Alicia, was this appetite to increase appetite or decrease appetite?
I've actually had both questions.
She's had both questions today, so I'm going to try to address both questions. Decreasing appetite is usually not playing games with your blood sugar. Because every meal stands on its own. So when people say, oh, I had a piece of birthday cake, but I'm not going to eat supper, I just want to slap them. Okay, because every meal stands on its own. So if you spike your blood sugar, then you're going to drop your blood sugar, and then you're going to be starving. Because you just spiked your blood sugar and dropped your blood sugar, which now you're making new fat cells that are with you forever, and they're going to scream, I'm hungry. So the best way to do it is to stop sugar and carbs. Now, y'all can either hear me now or you can hear somebody else later. Y'all see Alicia over there? Alicia, I'm sorry, but all I saw was her butt going by. Did y'all see that? That's what she called sneaking into the camera. That didn't work, Alicia, just so you know. So appetite is from spiking your blood sugar. I think it's better if you just balance your blood sugar and keep it there. As far as low appetite, there's a few things that increase appetite. But I have put, the average weight gain that I can put on people is about 20 pounds of muscle. I hope you told them that. I hope you sold them my whole program. I tell people that want to gain weight, don't waste your money, please. Don't buy my appetite increasers. Don't buy my blah, 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 blah. Ask about my program for gaining muscle. Okay, the average weight gain is about 20 pounds of muscle. However, I did put 67 pounds on an NFL player. I think it was 87. Alicia, do you remember it was 87 pounds or 67 pounds? Alicia, do you remember if it was 67 pounds or 87 pounds on the NFL player?
60 sounds right.
I think it was 67 pounds. But the average weight gain is 20. And it's 20 pounds of muscle. Okay? And so it's really kind of cool, and it is a combination of things, okay? It's a combination of things that if you took one of those things, none of them would cause weight gain or appetite increase. But if you took them synergistically, then they put on about 20 pounds of weight gain. Now, I know some of you are going to very funny think, tell me what that was so I'll be sure not to do it. Not to gain weight. All right, Miss Betty, okay. Carolyn, glad you joined us. Is that Caroline? Is that our Caroline? Is that our Caroline, Alicia?
Yes, that's our kid.
Yay! I sure been thinking about you, baby. I hope everything's going well. Did you get married? You in school still? Let me know all those answers, okay? Okay, Miss Betty, you hadn't said a word. Come on, Betty, say a word. How many hours you working now? I guess if you said that, then you know I'm going to ask again how old you are. But I won't do that to you. I'm just saying Betty puts us all to shame, okay? All right. Pain relief after surgery. What kind of surgery is this? Hey, Kristen. Oh, how sweet to say I look good. I miss you. I miss you. We're headed down to Merritt Island, Cocoa Beach, to see Karen after her birthday, end of July. And I was thinking, well, anyway, you know what I was thinking. So it's good to see you, baby. I wonder how your life is going and how your family's going. And I know I'd learn all that if I had 5 seconds to be on Facebook. This is kind of it. Okay, pain relief after surgery. Alicia, would you like to clarify what kind of surgery they were talking about?
He had shoulder.
Okay, this was rotator cuff surgery. I thought this was someone in the store, but they actually called. So, the thing is that David tore his shoulder. Now, those of you who know my David know that, well, guys are guys, but he actually heard his shoulder rip. He heard it go. So he had a torn rotator cuff, and because I'd had a torn rotator cuff, I knew how to fix it. But before you go rebuilding, which is what everybody wants to do is rebuild, or if you're taking over-the-counter painkillers, those actually erode connective tissue. Now, you won't read that anywhere, but I read it somewhere years ago, and I can tell you that's a big deal. When you take those over-the-counter painkillers, they actually erode connective tissue. Bet you didn't hear that one before. Anyway, I think before you go building, which I do believe in glucosamine, we have a couple of formulas I like. We have a lot of formulas I don't like. But there is one particular, well, there's two that I like. But I don't even think you should waste your money that way. I don't think that's what you should do. I think you should reduce the inflammation so the body can realign itself. And after you've reduced the inflammation, you've reduced the pain, and then we'll start building. So the product I like, ooh, Alicia, are you aware we're so low on this? 2 bottles.
They're in the box.
Oh, they're in the bottles. They're here in the store. We got plenty, y'all. Michael's Recovery Zymes. Now, what that is it's proteolytic enzymes, and fancy word. Those are enzymes that are in plants, and those enzymes will, if you took them with food, they would digest your food. But if you took them on an empty stomach, they digest inflammation. So be sure and ask us for the right dose for you, and we're going to do that based on not so much age as body weight. Okay? There's something about taking that according to body weight on an empty stomach that it digests inflammation. It's really kind of cool. The way I envision it in my brain is like a Pac-Man. A lot of you are not old enough to even remember Pac-Man. Bye, sweetie. Thank you for a job well done. We love you. I wanted to hear what happened at Women's Forum. I guess you'll tell me later. It was good? Good. Okay. So Recovery Zymes, when I first saw them, they're less expensive and stronger than the Wobenzyme, but incredibly similar. So when I saw Michael at the show, I said, Michael, the Recovery Zymes looks like Wobenzymes, only cheaper and stronger. And he started laughing. He said, now Michael of Michaels, y'all need to know, Michael of Michaels looks like John Denver. He's sweet like that. He's smart, probably smarter than, anyway, you get the gist. He's just a sweet guy. And I've known him for over 35-something years. Hey, Tammy, glad you're here. I miss you. I said, Michael, this product looks very similar to Wobenzyme, but it's so much less money and it's stronger. And he started laughing and said, thank you for holding me accountable. The man that developed that product says that he owed his life to me for Michael's blood pressure factors, okay? And so he gave me his formula. How crazy is that? Anyway, Michael made it stronger, and Michael made it less money. And I can tell you that I have seen such great results with it, it kind of freaks me out. Alicia? I'm trying to get a time. She's not telling me. Hi, Tammy. Hi. I heard good things. I heard good things about you, Tammy. I did. I heard good things about you. Tammy's been on the mission field. Anyway, back to the Wobenzyme originally, and now it's Recoveryzymes for a lot less money. And be sure and ask your right dose. But when they developed Wobenzyme, when they injected it into a boxer's swollen eye, it was a black eye and it was swollen, and when they injected it in it, all the swelling and all the bruising went away. I can tell you that my husband never had surgery on that shoulder, and he is doing great. And I actually rebuilt my torn rotator cuff, and I could show you the x-rays, torn rotator cuff. Hey, Tammy, so precious. I miss you. I can tell you that that product works, but one of my favorite stories, and I got a bunch of stories about that product. Janet, you're back. You missed us. You love your job. I can tell you that one of my favorite stories about that product is this lady called me. My phone was listed. Now it said, it misspelled Charlene, it misspelled Parrish, but it said Dr. Charlene Parrish, so it wasn't hard to figure out. But somebody called me, and if she hadn't said her name, I wouldn't have known who it was, because she was screaming, crying. And what she was trying to tell me, and she's from about 2 hours away, was that she was actually pain-free for the first time in her life. Now, she had RA. Tammy, this lady had RA. And the Recoveryzymes were the first time she'd ever been pain-free. So it matters about this product. But one of my favorite stories, and that's an awesome story, okay? But one of my favorite stories is a lady who came in that swore that it cured everything that was ever wrong with her, including periodontal disease. And I even talked to Michael about that at the show last time. I said, Recoveryzymes and periodontal disease. And he goes like this. And I said, exactly. Pac-Man. Okay? So anyway, but she said she wanted to do something special for me. Grandmother has bursitis Recoveryzyme. Absolutely. Be sure and come in and get the directions for her, though, based on her body weight, okay? But this lady that came in and said that I had given her something that had cured everything, and she wanted to do something special for me, what she ended up doing is computerizing my biomagnetic pairing, which, of course, has saved my life and many people's lives over the past 5 years. But her deal was that the Recoveryzymes worked on everything. I really love that product, okay? Jesse, is it possible for somebody to come in? Is your grandmother of the age that she could come in and let me show her the McKenzie stretch? I'd like very much to show her the McKenzie stretch, because the bursitis, yes, the Recoveryzymes would gobble up the inflammation. But I would like to show her the McKenzie stretch because it's just so much better in person. And I would like to show it to her in person. And that would help her do it if she saw me do it. Is that possible? If it's not possible, then I will figure out a way to teach you, for you to teach her. I've only done it online one time, and Amanda has sworn to secrecy, and she has promised me that she will not show that video to anybody, because David shot it from way down here up at me, and I look like I'm about 8 months pregnant. I want to just kill him. But it does show you the proper way to do the stretch, and the stretch would be very, very helpful to your grandmother, okay? And my staff will tell you, it's kind of funny. You can walk in Publix at any given time and see me teach. Alicia's over here laughing and shaking her head. You can see me holding court in Publix, teaching people how to do that McKenzie stretch, okay? And by the way, I learned that from Dr. Bill Kelso. I did. He saved my life. Okay, Tammy, does the Recoveryzyme work better than CoQ10 on inflammation? Absolutely. I don't view CoQ10 for inflammation, Tammy. It may be secondary and even thirdly. But definitely, she's in North Carolina, but you can teach it to my mom. I would love to, darling. Make your mom come in and make me do it, okay? Tammy, back to the CoQ10. Of all the reasons that I put you on CoQ10, inflammation wouldn't have been one of them. Of course, it's secondary to inflammation, especially in the gum or in the heart. But Recovery Zyme's a totally different approach. It's a proteolytic enzyme approach. I'm sorry you missed me explaining that. Proteolytic enzymes. And it's funny, Tammy, because of your medical background, I'm trying not to throw you under the bus, but because of your medical background, you will appreciate this. A rather famous, and if I said too much, you'd know who it was right off the bat, a rather famous surgeon. Actually, I think he's retired, but his son's still doing it. Came flying in Sweet Basil's in his lab coat, and he goes, "What are you giving my patients?" And I'm like, okay, calm down. What am I giving your patients for what? He said, well, it's post-surgery, it's pre-surgery, it's right. He said, and whatever it is, it's taking away all inflammation, all edema, they have no pain. I want to know exactly what it is. And I said, proteolytic enzymes. And he looked at me blank. And I said, and I went on to explain to him, it's enzymes that are naturally occurring in plants. Taken with food would be digestive enzymes and a very expensive approach to digestion. Taken on an empty stomach, it would be like Pac-Man towards inflammation. So yes, Tammy, I would definitely say Recovery Zymes work better on inflammation. But the CoQ10, you've heard me say it before, and it has to be Bluebonnet, of course, and I now take one Ubiquinol 100 milligram and one CoQ10 100 milligram, all Bluebonnet. But that's because now the buzz, besides CBD oil, the big buzz is the mitochondria of the cell. And I happen to know that CoQ10 affects every cellular membrane. So why would we not be doing our CoQ10? If I had to take one product, and one product only, it'd be CoQ10. And I make jokes about the fact that it's probably because it's anti-aging and I'm so vain. But it's anti-aging of neurons in the brain also. So, there you go. Hey, Keith. Glad you joined us.
Time's up.
Keith, you're late. All right, guys, save your questions for next week, and I will definitely be here to ask you. If you want to make an appointment, call Alicia, and those of you who are far, far away know that I take appointments on the phone. Those of you who are here locally, and when I say locally, we're seeing people right now from Miami and West Palm and Orlando and Atlanta, a lot of people from there. So those of you who are in Tampa, Alicia saying, you guys in Jacksonville, you guys just need to know, those of you who are here locally, I'm hiding out right here in this little store. So y'all please come see me. Y'all need to support me and share my video. God bless you. Bye-bye.